this is a lot of the projects that I've produced as an executive producer on my label. Looney Johnson, Elisio. Oh, you remember Sev? That comes. Oh, Sev is not here tonight, but hey, darling, look, your first album. Maybe your only album, actually. AC Jordan, Looney Johnson's first album. Oh, thank you so much, Life is Beautiful, for your third super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's really inspirational to be here. Thank you, Kaysha. I'm honored to hear you talk. Oh, thank you so much. Honor is all mine. So, and all these products, I also did all the design, like everything from the graphic design, from Quark Express to Photoshop to Elisio album. What else did I do? That's not from me. Sumia's albums. Sumia and Daddy Mori. What else did I do? Ooh, Grand Maquis. I did this cover. I only did the cover here. I think I did 2 tracks in there. All this is Section Zouk stuff. But I'm trying to find the root of the problem. Sumia's in Love Again. Elisio's second album. Sumia's first album. Put them here. Put all that here as well. Oh, I'm not gonna find this. Oh, I still have some promo albums of my album Works of Art. Sumia for yeah. Tyna's album. I don't find that root. I wanted to show you exactly the root of the problem, but I don't have the CD here with me. All right. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna show you on Spotify since I cannot show you on the real CD itself. So back in so I have album number 1, number 2, It's a Love number 3, then I have African Bohemian, then I have Legendary. Album number 6. So on my album number 6, you have all these CDs. Oh, that's amazing. So on my album number 6, so my album number 6 is we go to Kaysha. Okay. Where is my album number 6? Forever Young. There, no, that's the remixes. That's my album number 6. So we have I'm Ready, first album, Worldwide Chico, 99, It's a Love, 2003, African Bohemian, 2005, Legendary in 2006, and then Forever Young in 2009. And when I arrived to Forever Young, I already have a bunch of hits. A bunch of hits. I actually have most of my classics are released between 99 and 2006. So on I'm Ready, you have Bounce Baby, you have Telephone. On Worldwide Chico, you have Worldwide Chico, Cyber Sex. It's a Love is full of, Kaysha on dit quoi, Fiona, Music Warrior, etc. African Bohemian has One Love, Motema, Jusqu'à Fatigué, Raquel, Trinidad, all these songs. Then Legendary has Something Going On, One More Night, Don't Change, Question My Heart, uh, all these songs, right? And I decide for the first time ever in 2009 that I'm gonna release a double CD. Yes, yes. Give me another 40 minutes. It's 3 a.m. for you. Yeah. So listen, I'm gonna explain to you my problem, but this is the root of the problem. In 2009, I decided to release my album number 6, Forever Young, and I want to do something different because I've been doing a lot of great commercial album. I have a lot of success, and I'm producing a bunch of artists who are also having a bunch of success. So I'm like, hey, let's move on to the next phase. I want to do an album where I'm gonna do 2 CDs. The first CD will be my normal Kaysha music, and the second CD will be Afro House. Afro House, Afro Beat, how they called it at the time, is gonna be like, music that I do and that everybody loves today, or like when you listen to the MHD in France, all South African music. In 2009, I'm like, yeah, I want to do a little bit of that plus the normal Kaysha, and I'm gonna do everything in the in one album. I'm gonna have 2 CDs, one where you can listen to the normal me, and another one where you can listen to other things that I also know how to do. So the second album is more an instrumental CD, and Forever Young is 36 songs. So you have all these songs in there, so that's the album, and then there's the outro. So you have like intro to outro, you have like 17 songs, and then intro and outro. And then from track 20 till track 36, these are instrumentals of Afro House and fast-paced electronic African music. And interestingly, when this album comes out, a lot of the critics say, yeah, another great album by Kaysha, but the excitation is different since I've been doing all these tracks. I'm at my album number 6. But people are saying, we don't understand what is the second CD about. This is like music for the clubs, this is too electronic, this is too this is too that. We don't understand why he did that. And some people even say, oh, listen, I bought the album, but the second CD, I put it in the trash. So I get emotional. I start getting pissed. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm doing some great tracks, and yeah, listen, I have some beautiful tracks like Yes You Can, for example. So for you to understand the difference of how the 2 albums sound, you have tracks like Yes You Can.
Girl, I'm serious about this feeling right deep inside of me. Girl, I'm ready to settle down, yeah, and be the man of your life. This is love, yes I know, oh so true. You and me till the end. This is love, yes I know, oh so true.
this is how the first CD sounds, but the second CD sounds more like this. And the rest of that album, the rest of the second CD sounds like this. And for me, I just love it. For me, it's perfect. It's exactly what I want to do. I want to show people how I can be versatile and go from one style to the rest, right? And at that moment, the reaction to the people kind of pissed me off. You know, at that moment, I'm like, yo, like I'm giving you, not only I'm giving you great music, but I'm giving you twice great music, and I'm giving you another side of me that I thought you would be interested in. But back then, it was not like the way people are listening to music today. Because today, like the Spotify study said, today most people listen to everything. But at that time, my fans already put me in a box. They were like, listen, Zouk, Kizomba, Compa, Coupe Décalé, maybe a little bit of Kuduro, but that's it. Other than that, yo, you're pushing, man. And me, I'm like, yo, I'm an artist. I'm free. I can do what I want to do. And you can like it or not like it. But I want to be able to do what I want to do. And I want to be able to go and perform those songs on stage. To maybe expand my fan base or maybe enrich people with something new. And not only I get some strange pushback on some listeners, and some others are like, oh, that's amazing. I use the second CD to go to the gym, etc., etc. But when I go on stage and I want to perform new songs and I want to play those fast tracks, because some of them have singing on them, people are like, please, can you sing the hits? And I'm like, yeah, but how can I defend my new songs if I have to sing my old songs? You know, can you sing Love de toi, bien plus fort que mes mots, pour toujours, start the show with Jusqu'à fatigué and end it with On dit quoi? That's perfect for us. Yeah, but you know, I got this song called Yes You Can, you will... And then I start realizing that I'm trapped in the prison of my own hits. And it's fine. It's a great problem, right? So now I'm not pissed about that. I'm like, okay, listen, if you want me to sing old songs forever, fine. I can sing them. Like, I love those songs. So if people love them, you know, I'm a businessman. I'm gonna give them what they want. But I want people to enjoy also my Afro house. And I want to pursue that road as well. And because people are pissing me off with that, the fact that they don't want Kaysha to be associated with that, I decided to re-release all that music under a new name. And I create a new brand called Monsieur de Shada. Boom. And as Monsieur de Shada, I'm free because nobody know me, and I can create new fans. And I'm gonna release Monsieur de Shada music only online. So because like in 2010, there's already iTunes and the platform. So I decided that, okay, I'm gonna release my Monsieur de Shada stuff, probably 2012, 13, I don't remember. I'll start releasing Monsieur de Shada music, everything that is Afro House, everything that has that style. I'll start releasing it under this name, and all those songs from the second album, the sixth album, I rebrand them under the Monsieur de Shada imprint. So I do two albums secretly. Well, people don't know. This is my second album, I think, and this is my first album. So actually, this album, and maybe I added some track, but this album is actually more or less the second CD of my Kaysha 6 album, but all the songs are just rebranded under another name. And I start doing some singles here and there. So here's my discography, 2 albums. And in terms of singles, I have, a few singles. Well, started in 2010 with I Got You, That African Shit that you heard a bit, Zaire Gun Fuck, Summer Vision, Toast and Car. Start like exploring music under Monsieur de Shada so I can let Kaysha be commercial. And it makes sense, right? You still following? Julie, you still here? You not sleeping? Okay. Hey Kaysha, do you remember a track I heard in a mix zouk? I can do everything you like if you can come back to me. Wow. I know what song you're talking about, but I forgot the name. But I know what song you're talking about. Anyway, so now I'm like, yo, it's fun. Thank you so much. It's fun because now as Monsieur de Shada, so let me turn off the music again and play you a little bit of Monsieur de Shada. So for example, as Monsieur de Shada, I can release tracks like Fuck Vodka, Drink Juice. You get it. Or I can release tracks like Vibing in Brazil. Or tracks like, I don't know, London, New York, LA, and Paris. Yeah. You see what I mean? With Monsieur de Shada, I become able to explore musically different stuff and go more into the Afro house, reggaetonish stuff, whatever. But for those who know my story, there was a time where I was done with zouk music, etc. After the failure of the second album, I just wanted to do hip hop. I went back to hip hop and I just wanted to do hip hop instrumental beats. And the only person who was listening to my instrumental beats was Vanya, the mother of my son. I was living in Brussels and I would just make beats like that. I would not do nothing else. I was depressed. and I just was making instrumental beats and I was selling them on np3.com back in the days. So, and because I was kind of done with Kaysha at that time, I didn't know that I would go and release the amazing Kaysha on Quoi. I was like, I need a name to do hip hop beats. And what up, Jogo? And that's when I came up with the name Angel City 2. And that's what you're hearing. So Angel City 2, I started making beats like what you just heard was done probably in 99. And I've been releasing, I have 3 albums. Oh, I have 4 albums. I'll Be There, Reign Supreme, Bad Western Score, and Sunlight. Sunlight just came out. Bad Western Score came out like two years ago. And actually, this is under this name that I did all the branding of Trace TV. It's under the name of Angel City. I didn't want Kaysha to appear. I didn't need it. And all the tracks that I did for all the between videos on Trace TV. Sometimes you hear like those 30-second spot with a little bit of music. This is Angel City music. And so I got tracks like Bad Western Score. So, and yeah, okay, all instrumentals. So great. So Angel City, I start doing hip hop. And sometimes I do some, urban kizomba, like tracks like this one, Bad News. Okay, great business moves. You have your brand that is Kaysha, that is huge, everybody love, and everybody has decided the boundaries of what Kaysha is. So, because you want to pursue stuff in Afro House and etc., you release you release songs now under Monsieur de Shada. And because Monsieur de Shada is a lot of Afro House, etc., and you also want to keep doing hip hop because you love hip hop and you don't mind having 5,000 people listening to you, at least you can make money with Kaysha and have fun with Monsieur de Shada and Angel City. And Angel City will take care of hip hop. Monsieur de Shada will take care of everything else that sounds like house music or Afro house music. And Kaysha will feed everybody at home. We fine. But you know what is the problem? What do you think is the problem, Julie? My problem is my brain never stops functioning and creating new ideas. So I'm like, what if you just open my mind? Oh shit. A branding by talent and category to the depth of the universe that you want to convey. Yes, Julie. But what up, Eve? Yes, Julie. But this is the problem with my mind. And this is the problem with, I wouldn't say genius. I don't think I'm a genius, but this is the problem with guys like me. Is that once we have the idea, we don't stop. So at a point, back in 2000 and back in the days, I released a vinyl. I released a vinyl of house music. And I didn't do it under the name Kaysha, blah 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 blah. So I was like, you know what? I want to do house music. I'm bored. What you mean you bored? Ain't you busy with Kaysha, Monsieur de Shada, Angel City, Elisio, Sumia, Taina, Isa, ABG, and all the beats you're doing for everybody else? And I'm like, yeah, but on Sundays I'm bored. So let me create a new brand called John Amari. And you know what I'm gonna do with John Amari? I'm gonna do real house music like if I was a white guy from Italy. So under the name John Amari, while everybody is having fun with Keisha, I secretly release two albums, Ibiza 2015 and Ibiza 2017, and I released singles from 2003. This is my first ever single.
Baby, we can do it. Come on, we can do it, baby.
Okay. So, and then, yeah, some covers, da 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 da. And I start exploring genres like here with Falling or Wanderlust. You see the thing, I start inventing names every time I want to explore. And because I'm my own graphist, I can do a song plus a cover and release it in 1 hour. So I start releasing a bunch of singles, as you can see, plus one album, Ibiza 2015, 7 songs, and then Ibiza 2017 with 13 songs. That was like 2017, plus a bunch of singles, right? And listen, I have like, let me go. Let's go back to my Spotify for artists, and you can see that Gianna Mari, for example. Okay, it's not Kaysha, but I have my top 40 songs, and I have releases. I have playlists playing me, and I have an audience of 4,000 people, and I can see where they are, and it's around the world, and it's actually fun for me who is super famous to go back from zero with my new names. But Nil Novi Subsole. Nothing new under the sun. Most creative minds have always used aliases or pen names to release their creations to a new untapped audience. Feel free to evolve. Wait. But that's the thing, Mountain and Julie and everybody else. One day, I decide to release a track called Good Life 2005. I released an EP called The Good Life. And in 2005, I released a song that becomes one of the most played song in all the clubs of Africa, all around Africa and all around the diaspora. This track is Good Life 2005. So this track comes with a video, with etc. Da, 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 and everybody's saying that, oh my God, this is so amazing, blah, 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 blah. Oh shit, Good Life 2005, mythic song. And then everywhere I go, since when I arrive in the studio, when I tell artists, do this, do that, do that, do that, Tia, Beje, Sumia, all these guys, and even when I tell them, do this, Les DS, etc., every time I do something, it turns into gold. So Anofela starts calling me. He's like, yo, these guys, everything that comes from his hand is gold. No, it's diamonds. And everybody's like, yeah, too much money. You are diamantero mazel tov. And then my brains goes, ding. Oh shit. Diamantero. 15,000 people listen. And I invent another name. So now we have Kaysha, Janamari, Angel City, Monsieur de Shada, and Diamantero. So I release 2 albums under that name, 2018, 2019, plus I rebrand tracks like Good Life. I rebrand tracks like Good Life under Diamantero. So same song, just a different name. I release Good Life 2007. I release Good Life 2010. I release a bunch of other tracks. And I decide that every time I'm going to explore African music and every genre of African music, so I can go, come. I can go, I'm a piano. Oh, and I can even feature Kaysha. And I have singles and singles and singles You all know them. This one just came out. I mean, I just read this stuff, I have fun, and I start having DJs playing my songs. It's some like, and I can finally do. So I decided that I'm gonna categorize on everything that I do. Kaysha will be Kaysha. Jana Marid will do house music. Diamontero will do Afro house and come, I'm a piano. Monsieur de Shada will do, well, reggaeton maybe and some Afro house. And who else? Angel City will do hip hop. And we fine, right? But then my little sister makes me discover synthwave. So I just create another name. Oh my fucking god. You. So I create another name, Davagani, for synthwave. So synthwave, synth pop is like African, is like Depeche Mode style, Miami Vice style music. So, for example, and you have no idea what was the music word? Yeah, you have no idea how I have way more fun doing all these other things than doing Keisha. Not because I don't want to do Keisha. I love doing my Keisha stuff. But I'm not gonna say it's boring. It's just that doing Keisha music is like breathing. If right now, it's 3 a.m., I decide that I want to do a song, I can choose one of the 200 beats I have ready by me and all the beat makers I work with, and I can invent a song right now and just really, it can be really ready and be released on YouTube at 4 a.m. I just need 50 minutes to do it. As Keisha, it's just easy. I just mastered it. And I did so many hits as Keisha, as a producer, as an artist as well, that whenever somebody calls me to perform, it's to perform old songs. And I have my old songs, as you could see, that are still performing and paying my rent. Like, I receive my full rent of the year I probably do it in 4 months. So, I mean, why? But like, I love doing Keisha music because it's great, because it, still, I have a vision for my catalog. But I also enjoy doing my 5 other guys. But I'm going to explain to you my problem. Thank you, Mountain. I'm going to explain to you my problem, and I'm going to explain to you what is going on through my mind right now. I told you that I wanted to do 5 albums in this year. I wanted to do one Kaysha album with 50 songs, almost finished. I wanted to do, then after that, I wanted to do one Diamantero album called Dent in the Universe. Then I wanted to do an album of Bossa Nova. It's out already. Then I wanted to do a Jana Mari album called Sunlight. It's out as well. And then I wanted to do Angel City, and then I wanted to do a house music album under Jana Mari. So I was like, hey, I need challenges. If not, I'm bored. I like to, my mind is always processing, and there's not enough time for me in a day, but still, I'm just always having ideas, always stuff. So, but when I start having anxiety issues, and I was like, but where is it coming from? Other than having COVID, my daughter having Kawasaki last year, all those were hard moments in my life, and I feel like I've been burying myself under work to not cope with the fact that I almost died, and that I was scared. I was scared to leave my son behind, to leave my daughter behind, to leave my wife behind, and not even being sure if they would know how to receive the money from my catalog, and not having time to build the dream house that I want to build with a studio, and help all the people I want to help, and I felt like my mission is not over, and I almost died. And then we stayed home for all this time, and I was like, hey, I'm fine. I'm home, and I got my club shada, so I'm home, but I'm not home. I'm talking to all my friends online in the chat, and I'm saying everything that's on my mind, etc., etc. I'm talking about business. I talk about all these things, but actually I don't talk about. And when I was having problem breathing, and I was like, what's going on with me? Like, X-ray, nothing. This, nothing. That, nothing. Pneumonologia, blah 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 blah. Breathing, nothing. Everything is fine. And then the doctor tells me, sir, you having anxiety and agoraphobia, and this is probably panic attacks. I'm like, panic attacks? I don't feel no panic. I'm always thinking. I never stop thinking. I'm always thinking about amazing stuff, good stuff, past, future, stuff that I'm scared of, stuff that frustrates me, stuff that makes me happy, stuff that made me sad one day, even 10 years ago. It's always there. I'm always like, in 1 minute, I can think about all these 20 things every minute. And I've always been like that. So for me, it's normal. And whenever I have something that's in my heart that is making me sad or making me, I just put it out, put it in a song, and that's my process. It's there in the song. So I felt sad because back in the days, I felt like I didn't deserve the mother of my son, and that I didn't want to be with her, but at the same time I love her, and at the same time I felt that I would die without her, and at the same time I felt that I didn't want to be with her at the same time. It was like, so I did that song called Trinidad. It's a song about her. It's about what I feel. It's about the struggle. I want to be with you. I don't want to be with you at the same time. Or I'm not ready, whatever. But I want to build a family. But at the same time, I need to build my empire, whatever. I did that song Trinidad, And all these feelings are there in that song. It helps me not be buried under my own feelings. But it feels, I start thinking like those past 2 weeks after I had the results from everything, and they were like, bro, like, listen, I still have to do some tests and stuff, blood tests, all that stuff whenever I want. I might go tomorrow actually. But I was like, why would I be anxious? Life is great. I survived COVID. I mean, miss my son. Haven't seen him in a year and a half because of the situation. But I'm here with my wife. I'm with my kid. She's my sunshine every day. I mean, I'm home. Most of the time, I'm home or in my neighborhood. And why would I be traumatized of something? And the doctor asked me, like, but were there bad things that happened to you, like, this past year, like everybody else? And then I was like, yeah, but I mean, yeah, I almost died from COVID, but survived, so it's not a bad thing. My daughter had Kawasaki. That was nerve-wracking. Cried a lot. Was like, why us? But she's fine now. Then, normal problems here and there, couples go up and down. Normal stuff, nothing special. We're fine, we're great. We've always been the way we are. But then I was like, yeah, I'm always at home. I never leave my neighborhood. Maybe I'm scared of people because I don't know how I got COVID. I don't know if it was body. I don't know if it's my wife brought it from a shisha. I don't know, or being with her friends because they're less careful. Because I don't know. Because I was super careful, and still I'm the one that got hit hard. Maybe I just touched the elevator button, then did this, boom. I don't know. So when you've been hit by something that's been the worst moment of your life, but you don't know how it happened, it's not like, oh, I decided to do bungee jumping and there was a problem with the bungee stuff and I broke my leg. Never again. Yeah, you decided to do it, you jumped and it went bad. Shit. No, there's a pandemic outside. I'm scared for my family, but we are all being super careful. And me being the most careful because I'm older and my family needs me. Boom, I'm the one who nearly dies. And then my brain starts thinking about it. And my brain is like, well, maybe it's panic attacks. Like, yeah, maybe like all these club shadas and all these things that you're doing and all this music you're releasing every Friday under all these names and is actually a way to entertain you and keep you busy out of facing the truth that you might be shook by this. Even if you're fine, you're cool, you watch TV, you hear, you talk, you give advice, you you go do your walks, whatever. Maybe you didn't face those things and think about them. And maybe if you think about them and take the time to let them in, then you can, you know how that's my brain functions. It's another problem to solve and another solution. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. And when I took those 3 days of doing nothing, and letting myself, you know, yeah, talk to myself. Hey, you're fine. You're good. Like, of course, the anxiety pills that I took for 2 weeks, and I can still take them whenever I need. They're very, very low milligrams, and I want to replace them with something like herbs and tea that are more natural, but they actually make my brain, I would say that my brain functions maybe 20, 30 times more than normal people. I mean, normal people. No respect, no disrespect. But I would say that those pills made my brain function from 30 times more than, think more than people, to maybe 10 times only. With 10 times, I'm just like, I'm not working today. Looking at the computer and not feeling any desire to go there, sit and crunch stuff, watch numbers, watch all the numbers. I watch those numbers all the time. I'm thinking about strategies, about like releases and all that. Like, and this doesn't stress me, but I just took a step back to recenter. And then I asked myself, like, then I was on the phone with Lil Maro. And then I was like, do I need 6 names? Like, because it is written in the Bible that you can unload all your worries into the cross. Jesus Christ died so that you can gain victory from all this. You should take time to rest, step back, retreat with God, yourself, in introspection, in the family. That's what I did. Here's another survivor, Malcolm Beast. What up, my brother? I hope you're good. I hope you fine, because you had a rough year, brother. And once I was done with, because the thing is not that I need to take a 10-month vacation or 1-month vacation and not do nothing. I've been doing this. The thing is, I was just needing to understand that I had a anxiety problem due to maybe me just working too much or whatever. But I've always been a guy who works too much. But once it was clear, my brain takes it as just another problem to solve. And I was like, okay, what is it causing? What beep, 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 beep. Okay. But then, interestingly, I start saying to myself, all the things that are creating problems, I mean, not really creating problems, but if I'm so busy finishing a 50 tracks album and this and that and having a show where I talk for 3 hours every twice a week, do I really have time to be 5 other people? Or do I really, and like it was responding to a problem. It was, what up, distant shadows? So it's a process. But the thing here is, to me, in the simplification of and the recreation of my brand, Kaysha, as what I'm doing right now, as this second, which is to me way more funny and way more interesting than music itself. Listen, the music game has been won for me 15 years ago. So question here is teamwork. I trust nobody. But the the thing is this. Yes, you can start building a team. It's hard to find people you can trust, but you can find a team, right? But to me, it's not a team problem. I could have a team and said, okay, listen, what? This is Angel City. I need you to work to create beats as Angel City. You're gonna have a salary or whatever. You will receive your how you call this? Whatever that. You will receive your salary and just create some hip hop for you. Hey, you create some house so you can offload this for me. I could do that. But this doesn't solve the problem, because the problem for me is not a problem of overload. It's a problem of over granulation. I don't know if this exists, but the over granulation is, it's not a question of I'm tired and I can't keep up. It's more of I care about Kaysha, I care about Club Shada, I care about Shada Wear, I care about Diamantero, I care about Angel City, I care about I think everything else I care, but I don't care enough to be able to take care of everything. And it becomes to this point where my reflection is not a reflection of self-introspection and oh, I'm just tired, please God help. No, I just spent 3 days doing nothing and I cannot do another one. If I do another 1 day without doing nothing, I'm gonna jump from my window. Now my brain is like, okay, we good. We rested, we chilled, and now my brain can stop the activity by itself. I can just poof. Music, singles, this, that. Oh, I need Lil Maro need me to do a melody for a song. This guy need this. This guy in Holland needs to work with me on something. I have to reply to these 2 emails. Oh, this conversation is worth $4 million and this one is worth 100. I could just be like, oh, this one is worth $1 billion, because I'm doing stuff outside of music. But I can just decide, poof, pause, and let me go. You know what I did Saturday? I went to Dalia's channel and I went to have a conversation. That was great. I went to have a conversation about, trusting yourself, etc. Then I watch my other cousin's channel, Joel, and Mountain of Inspiration. I went to watch their content because I was like, yeah, listen, creator mode off for 3 days. Let me consume other people's content. I went to listen to some Naturie band here. I was just, and I'm fine. But then, what started stressing me was, why do I need 6 names? Why do I need to be 6 people? So at the end of my conversation with Lil Maro, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send a massive email to my distribution and tell them to change the name of every Angel City track, every Monsieur de Shada track, every XXX track, and I'm gonna change all these names to Kaysha. So that was Monday. Tuesday, I was explaining to Buddy why I need maybe a new name. Wednesday, I was back to talking to Buddy, and Buddy was like, boom. So, well, yeah. So I came up with a solution. And here's what I'm going to do. I mean, for now, I might change my mind. But for me, I like to make things that make sense. If it doesn't make sense, I mean, listen, it's not just a conversation between me and Julie. Everybody else that is here watching, you can give me your opinion on what I should do. And I'll take it in count. But for now, this is what I think I'm going to do. And I'm going to start small. I think that I'm going to take my smaller brand, Davagani, right? And, it's not too much stuff. There's just singles. There's like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 19. Okay. This 19 songs. Okay. This small, this new. And I think I'm going to merge everything because it's electronic key, alternative, whatever. I'm going to merge everything into Angel City. It makes sense that these two can be the same thing. And Angel City has 6,000 people listening monthly. Davagani has like 1,000. Those people will be fine together. I believe that's what I'm going to do. I think this is going to be the part 1 of my plan. Mind you, I'm going to have to find all the tracks, find everywhere there's compilation, go, etc. But I love doing those type of things. And I'm going to tell my distributor, and I'm going to have to change the covers of all the songs. Change the name from Davagani to Angel City. Since I'm doing everything, I do it. It's not a problem. I'm like, Sundays, I'll do it. Okay. That's the easy one. Now, I think I'm gonna take Monsieur de Shada, which is a brand that I love, but I really don't care about. I mean, I'm not taking care about it because I don't have the time. Look, 3 hours of 6 hours of live shows for a week. I don't have time to. You have to start choosing, right? I'm gonna take the Monsieur de Shada brand, and because it's a sound that is similar to Diamantero, I'm gonna change the name of every Monsieur de Shada song. So that's everything I did from 2 albums plus singles since 2010. I'm gonna change all this to Diamantero music. And because Diamantero, I believe, after Kaysha, is my most popular brand with 15,000 people listening, and the Amapiano is going great. I'm gonna create a bigger catalog out of Diamantero. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to, where is the last one? Where is Janamari? Janamari is the problematic is that, first of all, I don't like the brand anymore. I don't like the name anymore. Like Janamari, it sounds Italian. It's like, I don't, sounds too fake. And I have two choices. Diana Mari, Gianna Mari is really house music. So Diamantero is more like African house music, South African house music. So because it's house music, Gianna Mari could be merged into Diamantero. So I have two albums and a bunch of singles of house. So all these could become, so I have to change all these covers and decide that it becomes Diamantero. Or they can all become Angel City. But Angel City is more hip hop, but Angel, like a Diplo, Angel City could become hip hop, house music, and alternative electronic stuff. And Diamantero could inherit everything that is hip hop. Diamantero could inherit everything that has the reggaeton feeling, Afro house, Amapiano, and etc. And now I have three big groups: Kaysha, Diamantero, and Angel City. That's where I am right now in my branding problem. It's not a problem because I could just let those brands alone and not do nothing and just care of who I want to care. And whenever I want to do some house music again, I just create a whole album of Gianna Mari in 2 days. I could do that. But actually, because I had nothing to do, or because I decided to do nothing, I decided to create a problem to solve. And this is the problem I created. I just decided that I have too many names. And I want 3 names now. And yeah. And I've been having this conversation with myself. I'm pretending that it's just now because of whatever. But I'm having this conversation with myself for 10 years, actually. But I want to do something about it now. Because I believe that I cannot preach stuff to people and not myself be and not myself apply the things that I tell people. I tell people. I had a conversation with Joel the other time about Dalia's channel, and I was like, why you have 2 channels? Why you have Ma Vie Ma Santé and Dalia when it's the same person doing shows? You could have both shows in one channel, and the show is the big Dalia channel, and then you go, you do Ma Vie Ma Santé in there, and you do, if she wants to do that show, you do it here, and then you have the Dalia show, and if one day she wants to do a 3rd show, why do another channel? Put everything in the same place. And he was like, makes sense, cousin. And that's how they did that. I had the same conversation with Moto Music. Why do this when you already have a channel with 5,000 subscribers? Use that channel. And same thing for Joel. Joel, a man, was telling me, my cousin, another cousin, was telling me, hey, I want to have my channel when I explain stuff, how to use YouTube, how to create content, then another channel when I do this. Then I was like, bro, why have 4 small channels? And it's gonna be hard to the effort already in the world, and it's important. We go back to an hour ago. We are in a world where attention span is fickle. When in a world where people have no attention, you want to multiply your work by 3 by trying to break 3 channels or 3 artists when, listen, people are, yeah, they have 24 hours and they're bored about Netflix, where Netflix is like, they're spoiled brats. Oh, there's nothing on Netflix. Yo, you pay $10 a month. So I cannot tell this to the people that I give advice to and not tell this to myself. I love all those brands. It's super fun doing all this stuff. But the time I spend on building Kaysha and continue to build Kaysha, plus this new brand, Club Shada, plus Shadaware, that it's been here for long, but I don't have time creatively unless I start buying beats from and that, but then it's fake. So to me, I really believe that if I divide into, that was my conclusion. If I divide, and please leave your opinion in the chat. I believe that if I divide into and I group things in how it works, right? And I put everything that is electronic key, under Angel CD, even house music under Angel CD, it works. Trap, house, future bass, house music, etc. Angel CD. And then everything that is Afro. I'm a piano, Afro house, and then even reggaeton, whatever, all this stuff under Diamantero. I can now, on Sundays, instead of asking myself, who am I in these 5 people? I only have a choice of 2. It creates less stress because I can just work on those catalogs and build fans for those 2 platforms until maybe one day they get as big as Kaysha and they generate 3 times the money. Instead of, doing some stuff there and then abandoning brands and not doing nothing for them, I think it's counterproductive. And then you have just this thing where, should the house music go to Angel City or should it go to Diamantero? And it's interesting because what they were saying in the Spotify thing that we just read, they said that actually the listeners of today are not like the listeners who forced me to have different names back in the days. The listeners of today are used to listening to a lot of things, and they will not mind if you go from one style to another. And Kaysha is proof of that. Under Kaysha, I did Zouk, Compa, Kizomba, Afro House, Coupe Décalé, Hip Hop, Rap Zouk R&B, Mapuka, House Music, etc., 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 etc. And actually what works, what people care are the brand. And as long as you have a great brand, whatever you propose, the people who you teach that this is what I propose will follow it. But then you cannot start. Like, I remember my YouTube manager, the guy who used to be my YouTube manager, I think he doesn't work at YouTube anymore already. Yo, you should do a new channel for Club Shada. Yo, you should do a new channel for your vlog. Yo, you should do. I was like, fuck that. Everything under the Kaysha channel. I didn't build all these following for me to have to rebuild all the time and then have to juggle between all the different channels. No. The tools are not here for that. And I don't have a whole team behind me, whatever. I'm a one-man operation, and I like it like that. And if I want to expand, that would be different. But as I'm working now, and as a creative, at a point you have to realize, like, and don't forget, I also do all the paintings now. I have a new painting actually. Where is it? New painting. Woo! Look at that. Beautiful. It's an NFT. I just did that yesterday. It's on sale in a platform called Air NFT. Anyway, what's going on here? Okay. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Let's go back to the subject. Yeah, that's where I am. Talked to Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva said, so I'm giving you the opinions of my friends. Jack, who's a friend that he's a businessman. He said, I like the idea of just 3 entities: Kaysha, Diamantero, and Angel City. Those are actually the ones that sound the best. And yeah, they can just eat everything else. Merging. Bodhisattva said, have Kaysha being Kaysha, and then Diamantero eats everybody else. I was like, wow, that's a lot. Another one said, oh, everything under Kaysha. People will understand. Interesting. It's crazy how. So you know what I'm thinking about it? I'm thinking about it, and so I'm thinking, like, I spent 3 days just re-centering myself, breathing, just controlling anxiety, whatever. But actually, no, that's a lie. I just was like, okay, those problems, bye. Let me find new problems. And I decided that, yeah, branding would be my problem. So yeah, because now the amount of work that you have to do, you have to send messages to the distribution platform and tell them, hey, this song, that ISRC number, that UPC, this is the new cover, this is the new name, move it there. This song, boom, 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 boom. This song, boom, 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 boom. These songs or so. It's gonna take a year to transform the 6 brands into just 3. It's gonna take a whole year, and it's very exciting. But yeah, and I have an album of 50 songs to finish, and a lot of episodes of Club Shadas to do, and I have to start creating a platform or a way to have sponsors and brands be able to put their logos here, like all these things. And yeah, in other words, I'm super fine. I'm back. Ooh.